Hi, welcome to my revision of the Anti KNK Guide against Leo. Season 2 changed some stuff up and we're gonna go over them, and I thought I'll just redo the whole thing to have it in one neat little package. Alright, so we have Leo's tried and true stance transition from its back 1-4. It's the elbow into the knee. Everyone knows it, everyone hates it. It is +9 on block and +15 on hit. However, Season 2 nerfs made it steppable again. Launch Season 2, this wasn't steppable. It's steppable only to the left. So it doesn't work to the right. Right, the first follow-up that we have is KNK2. It's a high, it's -4 on block. It is 13 frames fast, it is entirely uninterruptible. This is a counter hit launcher. Be very careful, don't mash into it. On normal hit, this knocks you down, and at the wall is a wall splat. Since it's a high, you can duck it, which means you can launch it. Or crouch jab it. It tracks to both sides, so no stepping that. Next follow-up is KNK 1-2. This used to be -9 in Season 1. Now it's -10 because it got a variation of it that we'll look at later. This is a high into a mid, which means you can duck the first hit. And if you're not slow, you can even launch it. The easier way out is crouch jab it. This is also steppable. But blocking it is a little bit easier. This was not true. Anyway, this also has a stance transition attached to it, but it's mega fake. Let me show you again. Leo can go into block from this. Boom. There's nothing Leo can do that is fast enough to, like, beat a mash out. It looks scary, but it's fake as hell. And you probably won't see it a lot. Right. Let's look at the variation of it. It's, instead of 1-2, 1-4 out of KNK. It is this punch into the kick. It's a double high, so it's even easier to duck and to launch. But since there exists a mid variation, you'll still have to do it on the first hit. I guess you can still get hit by the kick. Anyway, on block, this is +4 for Leo, and on stance transition it's +8 for Leo, which means that block 1 is not interruptible. It is side walkable to the left. I'm not sure if sidestep is enough. It is, okay. But not to the right, I think. Yeah. Right. On block, you'll just kind of have to hold the mix. I'm not sure if Clive can do it. I recorded it, but let's try. No. You'll just have to hold it. There's no interrupting anything after you block this. Maybe you could power crush it. Nope. No power crushing. Alright, now you know. This move is kind of belligerent. It is also a wall splat at the wall, and on hit it does 32 damage and knocks you down. Ideally, you won't even see this because crouch jab exists. Right, next follow-up is a 22 frame mid. It's KNK 1+2. This was sped up in Season 2. Quite considerably so, because before you could launch interrupted. Now it's a little bit faster. It is a counter launcher. Boom. Wait. Boom. A big one at that. It deals a lot of damage. On normal hit, you get knocked down into this stagger animation. You can block out of it, even though it says minus 21. There is no true follow-up to it. At the wall, this is a wall spell and a wall break. This tracks to both sides and is interruptible by crouch jab. Yeah, not much else to this move. It also hits grounded. I guess that's important. Next move is the low we all love and hate. It is minus 12 on block. As you can see, the 12 flashes a little bit. So you won't get a big punish of it. So ideally you low parry it or you crouch jab it. This is interruptible. Not by too much. But be careful, as you've seen, this is... wait. A counter hit launcher. But Leo has to commit to this crouch dash to pick it up. And this crouch dash makes this low extremely unsafe. It is suddenly launch punishable. And since Leos are greedy and want the counter hit launch, they most likely will commit to the crouch dash. So if you have a feeling they commit to that, just launch them instead of going for the less good punish. This also tracks to both sides. There's no stepping below. You can hop kick it, but considering what other options Leo has, that's not a good idea. Alright, next move is Leo's slow low. This deals a lot of damage and guarantees a stomp follow-up. Especially at the wall, it deals a lot of damage. But it is super punishable and rather slow with 24 frames. Not much to it. You can, of course, crouch jab it. Or interrupt it with anything else, but considering Leo's other options out of KNK, scary. Right, next option, the hop kick. This is the only option that cleanly beats crouch jab. Because crouch jab is considered a special low. It's still a low. You can still hop over it. Right, this is steppable. This is punishable if you're not a bad. However, there's two hop kicks. There's the one, which is minus 13. Boom. And there is the scissor kick, which is minus 12. So be careful what you punish with, right? However, the scissor kick is a worse launch for Leo. This is a normal launch. And this is a tornado launch, which is worse. But it's safer, so there's a trade-off to be had. This is also not crouch jabbable, but otherwise interruptible. Ideally, you just block it and punish it. Boom. Next option. This is entirely new to Season 2. Leo got the ability to Heat Burst and Heat Smash from KNK. This is, and you know, you're gonna call me out on it, uninterruptible, even with crouch jab. It beats crouch jab. So I technically lied when I said hop kick is the only option. But if Leo doesn't have heat, hop kick is the only option that beats it. This is +1 on block, just like every other heat burst. You cannot step it from KNK, because KNK is +9 and the frames just don't align. Very scary. Entirely uninterruptible. And this is even scarier, especially since it wall breaks and wall splats. And deals a shit ton of damage. You don't want to get wall splat by a 50 damage move. You'll die. Leo can unblock on Heat Smash block, go into Crouch Dash for like a guaranteed tracking mid. Or go into a low, which is the dab. I know you know which move I mean. But yeah, very, very scary. If Leo is in heat, just block it out. But just block it out, man. It's not worth it. You don't want to get wall splat by this move. Right. That is the most common options that you'll see on our ranks. However, there is another option. Or I should rather say options. Because Leo can go into Crouch Dash from KNK. What that means is Leo can Crouch Dash cancel. Shit, if you're not a bad. And return to neutral. Let me save it really quick. There we go. Because Crouch Dashes are interruptible by movement. If Leo taps up during the Crouch Dash, it's entirely interrupted. Which means they'll just block the Crouch Jab and be +6. This is the least of your worries though. Because out of this, Leo has every option that Leo has out of standing. They could go for literally anything. And since everyone expects a KNK follow-up, this has mental frames as hell. Because everyone is scared of the follow-ups and will probably block it out. However, this leads to some very stupid situations. Leo can grab out of it. Leo can do other moves. Leo can block. Leo can suddenly sidestep out of it. Leo can just repeat the situation like this. If I ever be able to do that in a match. And there's suddenly a lot of options that you'll have to worry about. I can't do this properly, as you've seen. But on higher ranks, this is something you'll have to look out for, which makes KNK pretty insane. On top of that, there's the Crouch Dash options. But that's another video. Alright, I hope this helps you. And that's it for now.